Hello, hello. I'm working on an app, as usual. As always, throw some comments in the chat and we will take breaks from the work to talk. Ideas, questions, whatever you got, I'm happy to be here for you. Okay. So I'm working on, this is the app over here. Has a nice home screen. It's got a cool weather thing here. I just noticed this is like touching the edge there. Let's fix that. Sometimes it's fun just to find things. Probably would be in a string. Look at that. There's our label. So what? This is inside. Is this the right thing? Yeah, this looks like the right thing. Okay. So we could just add a bit of padding around whatever this is. This is a row. Wrap with some padding of only. The other sides look fine. Let's just see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Killing it. Okay, that was boring but fun. All right, so yeah, what I wanted to work on, at least at the start of this, is the idea of RSVPing to things. So we have various events, which I think I've changed in the back end. Yeah, so we have an upcoming event. Beautiful. We have an RSVP button. We have the button. Doesn't do anything. Let's make it do stuff. So I'm thinking on the back end, we will need to go into our content models. Let me just take a look at this model. So this is the event model. Has all the basic stuff you would think. We're going to make a new model called event RSVP. And we're just going to copy this all. Event RSVP, abstract model. It doesn't need all this stuff. It needs an owner. Definitely needs an owner. But even more importantly, or equally as importantly, it needs a an event. So we'll use content.event. Event. We'll have created at whatever. That's because the abstract model itself, that is our own model, has created at and updated at. So we'll know when they created it. I think we should have we want to have like a status. I think we want, if I'm remembering my notes properly, we need to know, let me see. I mean, this is enough for now. We can always add more. So we'll use this for our title. Let's just take the self.event, and then in brackets, we can have the self.user or self.owner. Boom, boom, boom. Can I click through this? No. Let's just look at my user model. Oops. User.py. User string is what? Their username and their email. Okay. So maybe we'll just do self.owner.email. Self.event. An event has a toString of self.title. So that's what it would be using there. Event RSVP, RSVPs. And we don't want to order by date. We want to order by maybe created at, negative created at. Then we'll get the newest ones at the top. All right, we now have a new model. I believe in my init.py, I need to also import from event RSVP, import star. Let's go to our admin. I do see your question in the chat. I will get to it in a moment once my train of thought finishes. Let's go to the event admin. We'll just copy the same thing that we did before. Event RSVP admin.py. We don't even need this because there's not going to be any images or anything like that. So we don't need that. We'll call this event booking, or sorry, event RSVP admin. and we want to import the RSVP. The list display, we want to definitely have the event. We want to have the owner, and we might as well have the created at. Date hierarchy, created at, ordering, we use the same thing, negative created at. And in our net.py for that, we'll just keep these in the same order. Okay, cool. So now we have a whole new model. Yay! So in Django now, we essentially need to make migrations. So let me just, this terminal got frozen or something weird. What the hell? There we go. Clear. Okay, so we're going to the service and we're going to do make migrations, which basically just runs somewhere in here. Make migration. So it's this is going through Docker. So it's going to basically run Docker compose to the project name, exec, web. That's the box we want to run it on, or the image we want to run it on. But we're just basically running Python manage.py make migrations. But we can just run make migrations, which is an alias for that. And then we can now run make migrate, which does the same thing, but does the migrate. So now we have that new thing. And in theory, if we go to our backend now, event, did I not save something? Why is event RSVP not showing up in here? Did I not? Oh, this should just be called event RSVP. Okay, that should gotten us. What the heck is going on in my admin? Because I wrote the wrong thing. There we go. There, event RSVPs. So now, let's just add one. We will use our the upcoming one, and we'll use Tyler, and we'll save. We should see that in there now. Great. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is the user needs to know what things they've RSVP'd to, so that we know what we can do this. The way I like to do that, just so it's not, just so that this API call coming back of like, getting the detail doesn't need to know the context of the user. Generally what I like to do is actually just have a field on the user model itself. That is like, that's the Flutter one. Oops. I have the whole project open, which has its upsides and downsides. So I like to kind of have a field or even just a property that is going to essentially send all the primary keys back of the things that you're RSVP to. Best place to put that, we have some properties. Let's do another one, property, and we'll call it event RSVPs. And for this, we basically want to return self dot, oh, you know what, did I, let me look at this model. Yeah, we should have a related name for these. So related name for the event will be events. And related name for here should be, oh wait, sorry. The related name should be RSVPs. And is this how I do it? It's been a bit. What I can do is try and make a migration and it might tell me there's an error. No, there's not. Okay. So I think this is the right way. So now we can actually just return self dot objects. No, self dot. Is it just RSVPs like this? That's not right. There's no way that's right. Um, do, 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 do. I'm just going to do this the shitty way right now, and then I'll make it better. But basically, we want to use event model, event RSVP dot objects dot all. We will import that, of course. where owner equals self. There's a better way to do this. I don't know if it's more efficient, but there's a cleaner way to do this with related field. Okay, so to test this out, we can go into the admin for user. Did I not? Oh, I think my access one, access admin. There we go. User admin. We can put in a read-only field called event RSVPs, just because it's not something we're gonna be able to edit from here directly. And then in the field sets, let's create a new thing called just usage or something. And let's just do event RSVPs. Okay, so in theory now, if we look at a user, oh, we are waiting for this to restart or we have an error. Let's take a look at that. And then I will get to your question, which I haven't read yet, but I'm excited. Where's the heck is my Docker? Let's just run this, go to web. Web, we have an error. Yeah, okay, no module. Why? Oh, it must have been our auto import that didn't actually work properly. Event RSVP. Yeah, what the hell? This would just be from content dot models. I can just do that because of the way we have it set up. Okay, so that should be fine. What the heck is this? We don't need this. We don't need this. And also we don't, this should be, we don't need this either. Okay, let's do a little restart of this. See what happens. Okay, I'll just go to the chat now. What do you think will Django backend will the Django backend boom due to AI trend? I use backend to work from. Loaded question. There's obviously many backends. Django is generally my favorite if it's the right tool for the job. That's generally things that are going to have like users and content and complicated things or even simple things. It really depends on what the project is. Django works really well with AI. I've done some stuff with like OpenAI and their API. I mean, everything does. It's not that you know. I'd say the only thing that maybe is a bit more challenging is like if you're using like something like backend as a service like Firebase or whatever, because then you kind of still have to make like the Firebase functions and stuff like that. Whereas Django's just like ready to go. Why is this stopped? What do you mean it hasn't been? Where's this error coming from? But yeah, I think Django is worth learning if you are interested in doing backend stuff. It's my favorite. Okay, so app access doesn't have a user model. Yes, it does. This is making no sense right now. Is it something to do with my related fields? This is weird. Okay, I'm gonna just do a make restart just to fully restart my Docker stuff. Something weird. It's weird that it's not even like trying to refresh, right? Okay, so let's go to our web now. We're still getting this error. What the heck? Key error user. Something in one of my admins. What the heck does this mean? Okay, well, what we're gonna do is copy this because I don't feel like figuring it out, and we're gonna load up our best friend Claude. And error. Boom. And it'll just tell me what to do, right? Hey, Yosef, how are you? And hey, Adita. Nice to see you here. Okay. Oh, I thought I fixed that already. It says to remove this. Oh, maybe because it's a kind of like a circular import, and we should be importing it um, down inside this function. Yep, that's exactly what it wants us to do. Yeah, something that can be annoying about Python is what are called circular imports, where if something's relying on something and something else is relying on something, when everything like spins up when you start your service, it's kind of like importing these things and it gets stuck in a loop. Versus if we put it, where did, wait, I thought we made, okay, let's see. All right, we have this little warning here, but I think we are back. Well, these are actually errors. Okay, let's go to the user admin. Oh, I meant to just have that in there. Okay, that should get us back and going. Do a little refresh. Okay, no migration apply there. That's a good sign. Oh my God. Okay, because we did a restart, I got logged out because we store our login stuff in our Redis cache or Redis database. So I will sign back in and we are here. If I click on this user, we should see event RSVPs. There we go. Okay, so that's just the query set that we got back. Which I guess is technically correct. Okay, let's put this into our API as well. So user serializer, and let's put in I'm actually gonna call this event RSVP IDs, and that's what we're gonna have in here, but it's going to be read only. So we'll also put it right here. We need to make sure we go to our access admin and change it there too. Oh. And then for this, we're really going to return a list. We would do x.id. Okay, let's see if that works. So now if we go back to our admin, oh, that's my problem. We need to also change it up here. Boom, boom. Okay, let's click on this user again. We should see their IDs. Yep, there's just one in brackets. Cool. This is just for debugging purposes anyways. But in our serializer, we also want to have that. So that'll be coming back now, just that list of numbers. And then in our actual Flutter side, yay, user model.dart, we're going to have it's basically going to be a JSON key called RSVP um, event RSVP IDs. We can do it at default of just an empty list, and it'll be a list of int, and we need to give it a name. Event RSVP IDs. Okay, so let's go into our actual app and run make gen, I think is what I call it. This will run our generator because we're using freeze here. And then all this stuff will be good. Okay, so now what we can do is go to our RSVP button. Let's go to our event detail screen, RSVP. Where does that come from? It's in the widget, RSVP. There we go. We're going to extract this widget. We're going to call it event RSVP button. And we'll keep it in this file for now, but I'm going to move it over. What we need to pass into here is final final event, the event itself. And we'll be passing that in. All right, cool. Unfortunately for timing, I actually have to take care of something. It's kind of impromptu stream, but probably in like a half hour, I will be coming back. I'll make it a new stream so you can get notified and continue working for a longer period of time. So um, I'll see you guys in a bit, hopefully.